Hey, welcome on into this video. If you're watching this, chances are you want to improve your energy, drop some body fat, feel better, look better, but you don't want to be sacrificing your lifestyle, and chances are you're also having a hard time figuring out how you could do all of these things while still managing a hectic schedule, that being with your career and with your family. So go ahead, let's watch this training. We're going to be diving into the exact strategies that help you lose 1 to 2 pounds per week without having to give up carbohydrates or go hungry. So if you're anything like me, go ahead and put this video on 1.5 or 2 speed, and you'll make it through in like 10 or 15 minutes. Let's go ahead and check it out. In this training video, I'm going to be going through how CEOs and executives over 40 can be losing 1 to 2 pounds of body fat per week while building muscle, improving their metabolism, and regaining the energy and confidence they used to have without having to meal prep, without having to count calories, and without going hungry. So what we're going to be doing is going over how you can transform your physique in as little as 90 minutes per week of fitness without having to do all of those mainstream diets that you think you probably have to do in order to get in great shape. So let's call it out right away. I'm sure you're thinking, why not just cut calories and carbs like everyone else is doing? So what happens here is these strategies like low carb and low calorie, they do actually work for weight loss for some people, but they're never done in a sustainable way. So the people that are losing weight on low calorie or low carb diets, sorry, carbohydrate diets, are stuck having to rely on that for good, which most people don't want to do. And yes, these do work, but they're only going to be looking at the short-term solution. And plus, with the low carb and low calorie, what happens with a lot of people is we start to get brain fog and start to get fatigue. And both of the things are a struggle, especially if you're working in a high-paced environment and having a hectic schedule, and especially if you have a career that is cognitively demanding. Now, a sudden loss in carbohydrates will make you lose weight. So let's talk about that. You've probably seen a friend or family member or maybe someone at work start cutting carbohydrates and doing keto and losing a bunch of weight in a short period of time. This is because when you start cutting out carbs, this wipes out the glycogen storage inside of your muscles. And we're not going to be going over too much science, but glycogen is what helps retain water weight. So you might lose some of the water weight early on and make it feel like you're losing a lot of weight, but once you start eating carbohydrates again, that weight just comes right back on, and chances are it usually brings in a couple extra pounds as well. Now, when we're doing these low calorie or low carb diets, we're also always going to have the potential to be losing muscle mass, which goes totally against the lean, athletic physique you're probably chasing right now. On top of that, metabolic adaptation is when your metabolism starts to slow. Your body gets used to the calories that you're feeding it, and in order to lose more weight or to lean out, you're going to have to cut more calories. So if we use these strategies, you'll always be relying on these strategies in order to get in the shape you want to get in. Plus, on top of that, let's talk logistics. If you're hungry, it's not going to work. We have to figure out how you can get in great shape without running around starving all the time. Now, before we go any further, this program is not for everybody. If you're looking for quick fixes, if you're not prepared to invest time, money, or energy in your health goals, if you're not willing to invest in yourself, and if you're looking for some cheap, quick, hands-off, inexpensive cookie cutter experiences, this program is not for you. Chances are, if you're watching this video, this is probably not you anyways, so let's move on. Now, carbs and calories can be used for simultaneous fat loss and muscle growth without feeling hungry. And most diets don't tell you this because it's hard to teach the masses. These specific amounts of calories and carbs and the timing of eating them is going to be different for everyone based on their weight, their goal activity, their lifestyle, their activity levels, and even their personality type. So cutting out carbs altogether or really restricting calories is the quote unquote simple way to tell everybody how they can lose weight. And although it does work for some people, I'm guessing that your lifestyle has hindered your ability to actually see results from these strategies for the long haul. That's why I want to take today to help you understand that there is a better way, specifically for people who are looking to do this, who want energy, who are looking to stay sharp, and are looking to build that athletic physique and not just lose weight. In this video, I want to explain how you can boost your energy levels, unlock your metabolism, optimize your hormones, shed body fat, increase muscle mass, and put your health on autopilot without spending hours in the gym or counting calories. So in order for me to explain how we will do this, I think it only makes sense that I fill you in on how I discovered this in the first place, because I spent years trying to build an athletic and muscular physique, but I never had the desire to spend hours in the gym or to go hungry or sacrifice my energy. And if you stick around all the way through this, we'll also be talking about how you can do what we're talking about without having to meal prep, without having to food log as well. Now, for your official introduction, I'm Mabood Rahman, and I'm a registered kinesiologist, business owner. And the truth is, I wasn't always in great shape, let alone a expert working specifically with high-level executives and CEOs. In fact, before discovering what I know now, I was about 20 pounds overweight, and I was totally fed up with all the crazy diets that felt like I had to try in order to get into shape. So what I was doing was struggling for years, just trying to work out more and get in great shape. And I was at the time where I was actually a full-time student while also working a job, and I just was not able to balance the two. I transitioned and got into fitness and nutrition, which was a great step for me. And I spent 6+ years in the fitness realm as a registered kinesiologist and personal trainer. Now, as I was diving into the fitness aspect of things, I realized I needed to figure out my nutrition. And so I tried every single diet under the sun. We're talking keto, paleo, intermittent fasting, counting carbs, counting calories, getting into meal replacement shakes, and none of those ever meshed with my lifestyle. All of them worked at the beginning, but none of them gave me the lifestyle that I wanted to live. So I really did want to get in great shape, but I didn't want to give up desserts. I didn't want to miss out on Friday night cocktails with my friends. I didn't want to be that person that was ordering something different than everybody else. So what I did was I developed an online nutrition focused program after years of being an in-person kinesiologist and personal trainer. Because I realized that if I was only working on the fitness aspect of my clients, I was doing them a huge disservice because they needed the nutrition aspect in order to look and feel the way they wanted. Now, these days, I work exclusively with data-driven executives, helping them lose weight and boost energy in a sustainable fashion. Early on, I learned a lot of lessons. I tried to cut carbs, I was doing the extreme diets, and I was left utterly exhausted. There was no way I could keep up with all of these. And I didn't even have the, even close to the body I was looking for. And I didn't have the confidence I was looking for and the energy I was looking for either. As I was learning about nutrition, I was able to figure out that I could actually eat more carbs and have more energy and be less hungry. This is where I was able to start eating ice cream and donuts weekly. You can find me sharing an ice cream with my family after lunch on a Sunday afternoon. Like I mentioned, being able to enjoy cocktails and just living a normal lifestyle that I enjoy, but I was dropping body fat along the way. The crazy thing is, I don't have time to be doing these restrictive diets, spending a ton of time working out anymore, and I can still be in great shape. There are three simple steps: fitness, nutrition, and mentorship. So we'll talk about nutrition first. Some of the common nutrition myths that we all hear is carbs make you fat, fat makes you fat. You need to eat less to lose weight. You need to be hungry all the time in order to quote unquote burn fat. We have also given ourselves the easy out of your metabolism slows as we age. So we have to settle for the body you have. There's some science behind your slowing as you age, but we have ways to reverse that. So all of these are not true, and I'm going to show you how we can use an alternative nutrition approach instead. Now, the logical next question is, how do you get in shape without having to avoid carbs, without having to skip happy hour, pizza night, ice cream trips, without having to be that person who's stuck ordering salads or being the person that orders the obscure food option every time you go out to eat, or being that person who spends hours meal prepping or thinking that they have to have these super intense workouts just to earn themselves some carbohydrates or earn themselves a good meal. How we do this is through the hunger-free nutrition framework, which is a proven system for executives to lose fat, build muscle, and unlock endless energy on autopilot. This framework consists of three simple steps. So step one is the baseline reset. In our nutrition program, we have to understand the types of food that you're eating, the amount of foods that you're eating, and we have to address your overall goals, your current lifestyle, your current activity level, even your body type. Actually, the body you're born with, as well as some different lifestyle factors. Now, once we know that baseline reset, what that allows us to do is figure out where you are, and it gives us the roadmap to where we need to get you to. It gives us a target to get back to homeostasis, to start fixing our metabolism that we may have neglected for years with either mainstream diets or just a lack of focus on nutrition in general. So in step one, we find that baseline. In step number two, now we start to stabilize your metabolism with the hunger-free caloric control protocols. And what we do here is we have found your baseline, we find where you need to be, and now we strategically bring you to that homeostasis. What most people do is they search online and they try to figure out how many calories they should be eating and how many macronutrients, protein, fats, and carbohydrates they should be eating. And then with the flip of a switch, they jump right into those quote unquote ideal scenarios. Very similar to keto. You start keto on day one and you can jump right in and you never eat carbs again. Well, our bodies need some time to adapt, and because the lifestyle most of us live are not conducive to this huge wholesale changes. So what we do is we take where you are currently and we take your ideal, which is the baseline, and we strategically bring you to that spot. An easy example is, let's say you need more protein in your diet. If we moved too quickly and we added too much protein in your diet, you'd be left with some gut issues, which is never comfortable. But you'd also have the potential of gaining weight early on in a weight loss program, which is definitely not a scenario you want to be in. Now, in step number three, this is where the adaptive nutrition protocols come into play. Now that we have gotten you to lose some body fat, we've gotten you to improve your energy, and we've brought you to that homeostasis. Now it's time to integrate these changes into your lifestyle so that you can lose weight on autopilot. At this stage, based on your schedule and eating times, we will take all the guesswork and add the strategies to make this process as convenient as possible. We do this so that your busy schedule will never deter you from your goals, and more importantly, so you can consistently build a foundation for long-term health and energy. With these systems in place, you're not only working towards your current goals, but also creating a lifestyle that supports vitality and longevity. So we've talked about nutrition and we have an understanding of how we can take control of our health on autopilot. Now it's time to talk about the fitness aspect. And the fitness philosophy and the fitness program I have developed is called the Longevity Movement System. Before we dive into what that is, we need to know the mistakes that most people are making and their myths. People are always talking about needing to increase their cardio to lose fat. They're talking about the need to go to the gym 5 or 6 days a week, doing 2 hour sessions. For whatever reason, people have this 2 hour time frame in their mind and they think, well, if it's not at least 60 minutes, then it's a waste of time. And a lot of people also have that age-old thought of no pain, no gain, where you think you have to be sweating a ton for your workouts. You have to be almost lying on the floor and feeling like you can't breathe, otherwise you didn't get a good workout in. The truth is, those ways are all outdated and not based on science. So there's a ton of different mainstream fitness routines, whether it's group classes, PDF plans, random YouTube workouts. There's so much out there, and if you've tried a lot of these and felt like they left you feeling lacking and not getting you results, then we need to take a little bit of a different approach. So these solutions are good for some people, but they're not the optimal solution, especially if you have a high demanding work hours, if you travel often, or if you have a high stress job. Because the right amount of exercise, because the right amount of exercise tied with your lifestyle and nutrition is the best solution. It's not always more exercise that's going to get you better results. The actual process of the longevity movement system is that we customize a training philosophy that focuses solely on boosting your metabolism so it becomes even easier to lose weight in the future and keep that weight off. It focuses on building muscle and strength, optimizing your recovery, and managing your cortisol levels, which are your stress hormones. Most people don't know that stress on your body can be good and it can be bad. Good stress on your body would be the stress from working out, the stress that we struggle with on a personal and business level that can be added on top of the good stress. So what happens is if we're doing the wrong type of workouts, our cortisol levels are going to be way up and they're putting us in this fight or flight mode. And it's going to make it nearly impossible to continue to lose weight. Now, the longevity movement system is also done in a way that allows for us to have a flexibility so that you can have the guidance that you need so that you can do it in your own time regardless of where you're at. It's also very time efficient and predictable. So what I do inside of my program and for my clients is to incorporate metabolic strength training, which is where we set all of our workouts in a full body circuit training program. I superset or triset opposing muscles together to save time and hit all major muscle groups. A superset is a workout that performs two opposing exercises back to back, followed by a short reset. A triset contains three exercises of the same philosophy. Doing these helps you build muscle, increase strength, and improve your cardio. Meaning, as you start your workout, there's a specific number of reps that you're going to be doing for a specific number of time. You are given the exact movement that you're doing, suggested weights for your workouts, and it tells you exactly what you need to be doing. That way, you don't have to be thinking about what to do next, and we don't have to worry about wasting time resting too much or not resting enough. With our program that is built around the metabolic strength training philosophy, we can take that metabolic strength training circuit style training combined with the strength training and make 30-minute workouts that are packing the punch, that are giving you a great workout without needing any different accessory work and without needing to do cardio on top of that. You will learn how to train effectively for your goals while creating an enjoyable and sustainable exercise habit. Our workouts are quick and effective so that you can get back to work and your family. I want you to train in alignment with how humans are supposed to move so that you can move better, not only in the gym, but in everyday life too. This is going to help you move pain-free and stay functional for a long time to come while avoiding injuries and after 40. Longevity needs to be your priority. My approach focuses on training in a way that not only improves your physique, but your health span as well. Mainstream cookie cutter training programs often actually make things harder in the long run as they decrease your metabolism, increase your stress, which lead to poor recovery. They're inefficient, so they take a ton of your time as they have a high injury and pain risk, which is not what you need after 40, heading into some of the best years of your life. Career-wise, they lead to brain fog and poor cognitive performance, and they only focus on those mirror muscles, which is going to exacerbate the imbalances caused by your modern society and will increase your risk of pain, fatigue, and injury. The longevity movement system takes a different approach, so we're looking to avoid these pitfalls. Our training approach will ensure that your metabolism is unlocked and optimized for easy fat loss. We decrease the stress on the body by maximizing your recovery so that you're not sore or fatigued, especially at work, because work is usually the top priority. So we don't want the gym to be taking away from that. We want the gym to be enhancing your work performance, reducing the risk of pain and injuries because we're going to be actively working to increase your body's resilience. We improve the overall functioning of your body so that you can move well and pain-free. Furthermore, your mental clarity and decision making is improved, and we're focusing on your longevity and looking at that long-term picture. Now, we've talked about nutrition and we talked about fitness. Now we need to talk about mentorship. And the mentorship is what's going to actually allow you to understand how to keep all these amazing results and implement these on your own, as you're not relying on me or anyone else for the long haul. So for mentorship, we need to find the minimal effective dose and we need to find what is actually going to make changes for you. For example, if you made 5 adjustments to your nutrition and you saw really great results, you'd be stuck trying to maintain 5 of these things, when in reality, it was only 1 or 2 things that actually made a difference. So if we only introduce one thing at a time, we can identify using the independent variable thought process exactly the reason why you're getting results so we can double down on that. It's what allowed you to avoid all multitasking and doing so much at a time, and we can prioritize what really matters. Doing a singular focused methodology is what also teaches you to maintain a healthy rate of weight loss and keep it off long term. When we use that singular focused methodology and are only having one primary focus that leads your focus, where you can create a detailed roadmap so that you can continue to have success even after you're done working with me. And finally, this approach totally minimizes the and almost takes away the decision fatigue factor. All my clients who are making a lot of decisions in their day-to-day, they don't need to make more decisions when they come work with me. They need to know what to do and when to do it. And with the overall support and mentorship process, I want you to make sure that you have the right knowledge and skill set so that you can see the results for good. You by now in your personal and professional life have seen this before. The way that you go from good to great is often not your effort or your determination or the amount of work you're putting in. It's usually your knowledge and your skill, and that's what you get when you focus on a singular focus methodology mentorship. So at this point, you now know all of the strategies and the exact 3 steps that I bring all of my clients through. We talked about the nutrition aspect, the fitness aspect, and the mentorship aspect. Now you might be wondering, this sounds great, but how do I do this without having to spend a ton of time or energy understanding how my body's going to respond to different foods, and how do I find my baseline reset? And that brings me to the exact reason why I made this video. And it's because of that reason that I offer high touch, ultra personalized executive fitness and nutrition coaching to others just like you. In this offer and my program, we help you develop a specific nutrition strategy and systems around that strategy to make sure that we get you the best results for the long haul despite your activity level. We're going to provide a custom tailored fitness program so that you have the guidance and the hands-on feel of a coach, but the flexibility that you need so that it fits into your daily routine for the long haul for much easier adherence. And finally, number 3, you'll be getting a mentorship that eliminates the guesswork while teaching you how to see the health and the fitness gains all through the lens of an expert. As I had mentioned, this program is not for everybody. If you're looking for that quick fix or you're not able to spend 90 minutes a week to your health, or you're hoping that you find some extreme diet that's going to work really well, like 75 hard, and you want to build that mental strength and really push yourself to the limits, this program is not this. This is for 2 different types of people. programs are designed specifically for someone who's highly motivated to improve their health, but they're feeling let down by the majority of the other mainstream diets that are out there. Number two, it's for someone who is already committed to working out and trying to eat healthy, but is struggling for some reason to see that return on investment in their physique and their energy levels that they're hoping for. So that strikes a chord with you. Here's what to do next. I'm going to be dropping a link. I got it below. And that link is going to be for my calendar to set up a blueprint call. And what that blueprint call does is it's an opportunity for me to learn more about you and for you to learn a little bit more about our process to see if it would be a good fit for your goals. Because best case scenario, we find out we're a good fit and we get you off and running, getting you into the best shape of your life without having to worry about counting calories or carbs. Worst case scenario, we get to have a conversation and get you headed at least in the right direction. So again, if today struck a chord and you're interested in learning more, click on that link below and I'll be happy to set up a call with you to see if what we do would be a good fit for your goals.